So I'll get started while everybody's filling in. So yesterday our tour, we went to the boiler plant. We saw the production side. This is now the building side. You look overhead, here's our hot water supply, hot water return coming in from the campus boiler loop. You take a look, here's our plate exchangers. We have two of them. We have a duty standby, because we always have redundancy. The single point of failure, we want to eliminate every time. So we have a building side, and then we have the campus side. We use plate exchangers because otherwise the direct connect to the building, you have a leak on the building, all of a sudden your boiler plant doesn't have water, and you're out. So we use plate exchangers on our boilers. We do not use them on chilled water, but we use them on building. Hot water exchanges really well. These are, and if you kind of look, it's kind of funny, the guys right on them when they were cleaned and serviced. I like to see that everything is being done according to our schedule. So this one was just done in August of this last year, and this one was done in August of last year. So they're done now for another 2 years. So in 2 years, we'll rack these out, slide the plates out, send these plates out to be serviced, inspected, resealed, whatever needs done to them, they'll be all pressure tested. They'll bundle them up, and then they'll save them again. And in 2 years, they'll bring the bundles back down into the basement, slide them back out, and slide the bundles in, cut the straps, ratchet them down. Somebody asked yesterday, yes, we could do this, but should we do this? Sometimes we do things in facilities that we should not. We're tackling things that we think we're doing great, but we're really not. And there are specialists out there to do this, pressure test, to clean them. They steam clean them. You know, just to have the equipment, it isn't worth it for us. I have 24 exchangers right now across the campus that are plate and frame. It's not worth it to me. What used to sit here was huge round tanks that were single pass tube shell exchanger. Ripped them out, they actually went out that door. You look out the window, there's grading. That's our mechanical entrance. On the west side, there's a handicap parking lot, an ADA parking lot out here. That ADA parking lot, literally, there's railing, we just set a crank up, crane everything down, and crane everything back out. We do the same thing for the plate. We need to bring the plates down, we have a penny bone, we can pick them off the truck, bring them over, lower them down in the fifth gear, and wheel them in, put them in place, we take the old ones out the same one. It's strap and bundle everything. Takes about 2 hours to do the whole process. So we've been trying to find, we found a company that can make us removable blankets for these, because you service them. You can't keep them insulated if you service them. So they had them all nice and pretty, insulation, aluminum covered, and we tore it all off. They look like our pumps. So that's a whole separate discussion. I hate all the aluminum coverings, because you can't get to anything, you can't service it. We started going to blankets now, like valve blankets. We have a company that will make any size blanket we want. That way they're
so tough. I mean,
it is.
This stuff is great to get to, but as soon as people start walking on it, then it's destroyed, and the blankets come off, and they don't put them back on.
And they hide a lot of leaks.
Just keep on going. Keep trying to insulate. Yeah, whatever works for it.
So how a plate exchanger works is little thin veins inside of it, real thin veins. So on one side of the plate is the building, one side of the plate is the camp. So they're gaskets, just like a boiler too. It's the same thing as a boiler. So you have water on one side, fire on the other. So here you have water on one side that's hot, and then water on the other side is hot, but one side's building, one side. So that's why they're each gasket. So on one side of the gasket is placed is building, one side is, and they're treated differently. So the water treatment on our loop side is different than the building water treatment. Because this building, we're a single pipe system inside the building, so we switch. All these pumps over here, so we looked at valves on them. So in the summer and winter, we switch. So you either have heating or cooling in this building. So that really makes people happy.
That we define.
Because when it's 70 degrees next week, everybody's going to be screaming for air conditioning. We're still in heat. There's nothing you can do about it. That's what happens with the 1958 building. I mean, look at the powers controls of the place. I mean, it's still all functioning equipment. So we have brand new, we have stuff that's original. You know, we have a little bit of everything. So these pumps over here, these are our loop pumps for the building hot water. They feed 3 mechanical rooms full of pumps.
There's space up here.
There's 19 of these zone pumps feeding the building. The little pumps over there are zone pumps. 19 of them feeding our building. So those zone pumps all return then through these hot water pumps. Once again, it's 2 of them. Duty standby. Lead lag, duty standby, and everybody calls them something different. We have one, it alternates. That's like our plate exchange. Every Monday, we rotate plate exchangers to keep them even. Set up one automatically. Yeah, it's done through building automation. But if you look right here, there's a rib relay. That's what controls that rib relay. When it's not lit, that means this is on. When it's lit, that means it's off. So this plate exchanger is not being used. This one's being used.
Our stuff's just the officers then.
Yeah,
If
you
it's
can
lit, it's enabled.
yes, you can set them up whichever way you
Right.
want. So we have them fail to the off. So if we lose power, that light goes off. The valve can open up manually. We can manually open the valve of it. We always want our controls on critical equipment to fail to open. So yours are actually reverse acting. Yours fail to the
They're enabled, the chiller, boiler.
yes. Yeah, so ours, when they fail, so if that rib relay goes bad, it's going to fail to the open and let both plate streams open. I'd rather have that than no plate stream open.
And they can set it up with so.
It's just through BAS, that's how we have it set up.
We have not real good controls.
Yeah. Anything that's critical, we always have failed to the open side so that it works.
What?
You notice all the drives on the wall? Everything here is driven. This building we already separated, so that's our domestic hot water. So this building's been done. We replaced these plate exchangers. There used to be a big tank there that had a immersion single pass exchanger in it that the loop water would heat the domestic water and then go back out. Well, we knew that we wanted to separate our water, so we right away made that an electric water heater as we're doing the project.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this building's all set up and ready. So now all I need to do is get 3 last buildings done, and then these plate exchangers are set up to send out.
Yeah.
We only need 140-degree water in this building right now. I don't even know what we're sending out.
That's the only domestic hot water unit?
No, there's one for the kitchen,
Okay.
but that's for the building.
How to do the whole building?
Uh-huh. It's a high recovery hydrojet. Yeah, we don't have any problem. Remember, we don't have showers in here,
Seats.
and all we have is sinks. So our sinks are mixed temperature. We're using Toto or mixed water temperature in every sink. So we only need 100-degree, 110-degree water through the building. Yeah, so the kitchen has a booster heater at the other end. So this feeds the other end of the building, and then there's a booster heater to get it to 150 for the kitchen thing.
You sound.
And then all the little boot shops, they don't have hot water in them?
Yes,
Or they do
it's all off of the booster heater.
Okay, so that's all.
Yes.
That's the check.
Yeah, that's the nice way to do. We do that. We have that in another building as well. So the building's here, and then we had a booster heater just for the kitchen because during the summer when there's no classes, that kitchen's shut down. We don't use it. So then that booster heater is not used. So otherwise, I'd be running 150-degree water all year for no load. So it's better to have that booster heater to pump it up to where you need it than run the whole building at one temperature.
It's 5 years.
Way more efficient.
Yeah. All right.
And then we have a loop for the domestic.
We got almost like other kids.
You guys were talking about shims and shivs. If you look at the pump on the motor, and right there you go. There's a practical application of a motor shell. Everybody see? That way there's your tie-in through your last class. We use laser alignment for, I know you talked about, we use laser alignment for all of our pumps. And then we do vibration testing. So these pumps are on the vibration testing schedule. They come down here, and I'm sure he has a blue vibration tester. We come down here, mechanic holds an instrument, touches it, we have places where he'll touch it, and that's it. It gives him a pass-fail. It gives him more data, but it simplifies it with a pass-fail. That's all he needs to know. I'll get the report, I'll look at them sometime. Most times, on this side stuff, we don't worry about.
Remember in the other building, you had the,
We have continuals on them. Yeah, they're 150 horsepower pumps. They're, I mean, the bearing set, I just bought a new bearing for one of them, it was $8,000. For a bearing, 2 bearings and bearing.
you don't have that vibration set up through your data.
No,
Yeah, you should.
cost,
You're at so.
honestly, it's cost. We looked at it, it's more money than what the pump costs.
You think pretty ill. I'm not even the PA it's
Because the sensors and wiring and everything else need this time.
what do you think?
This is 16,000 for a box.
Well, that's why, you know what?
Yeah, because then they had to set up the graphic for it and the trending for it,
You keep that longer.
and then it's just, it wasn't worth it for us. We don't need it.